Right guys, so we've got this bike back. So I've done 2 videos on this bike before. The first video I found that the rectifier was faulty, and we decided that the starter motor sounded possibly suspect. So in the second video I went out and fitted a new rectifier and fitted a new starter motor, test rode it. I think it was about a month ago that I did that, and then contacted me last week. I'll try and describe what the owner told me. So he was riding it, pulled up at a petrol station. He said that it wasn't running particularly well this day. Pulled up at a petrol station, filled it up, went to the bike, wouldn't start. Tried a few times, let it cool down, tried again, still wouldn't start. So he got a friend out and they had a little route around under the seat, and I don't know if I showed it in the video, but there was this clump of wires that was taped up around the battery. So they took all that apart and they found this jumper wire that was sort of like extending the battery terminal. So they took this out, connected the battery up, still wouldn't start. So the owner bump started it. So he managed to start it by bump starting it and got it home, and he said it ran really badly. And then obviously he got it back, it wouldn't start. I went out to it earlier and I said, go on then, put the key in, let's see if it starts. And it didn't start. I've just got out of the van there. Now the kill switch is off, so I'm just hoping that he hasn't just knocked the kill switch in that time. So kill switch on. So as you can hear, it's not starting. So we're going to do a few things just to cover them off. I'm going to test the battery, make sure that's fully charged. It did come off a trickle charger, like literally when I picked it up. So it should be fully charged, but I'll just check the battery and then we'll plug in Texer. And then if that comes up, well, we'll see what happens. So I'll go and get my battery tester, go from there. So the battery tests fine, so we're going to do a plug-in with Texer now, see what that says. Things there, so in case you can't read it: intake pressure sensor, intake manifold throttle potentiometer, intake air temperature sensor. Now these are orange, so that means that they're not active, so I'm just going to try and crank it again. In fact, I'll clear them. We haven't got a faulty crank sensor, we haven't got a faulty cam sensor, if it's got one, that is. We've got, ultimately, we're lacking something, so we've got to figure out what we're lacking. So are we lacking spark, are we lacking fuel? So I think we're going to do a few basic tests, I think, and try and find what's going on with this bike. So what I'm going to do is just squirt something in here. This isn't actually the intake, but I'll just squirt that area with something that will make it fire, and then we'll see if it starts now. Nope, so I'll give it another chance. Now you see it did fire up there, so I've pulled the tank off. I've got a little problem with the connector for the fuel pump. Right, just going to do a quick pressure test on the fuel. Yeah, 50 psi. So I don't feel Yeah, pressure, I think we can rule that out. I feel. Yeah, so we've definitely got ignition there. So I'm going to have to look at the fuel injectors and see if we're getting a signal from them. So if I get to the fuel injectors, now this bike's actually got a power commander, so on a power commander system you've normally got like this, so where your connector is to the fuel injectors there's another wire and it sort of splices the two apart, if you like. So the fuel injector, the original wire for the fuel injection will be this one. So if I probe this, we should get constant 12 volts on one of these terminals. So we've got 12 volts there. So if we leave it on the ground one and crank it, we should see the meter ground out. Oh, it might not show on camera, on the camera, but if I just crank it, so we're not getting a, I can't see a ground circuit there, so we've got 12 volts there. That's the injector firing. So I'm going to eliminate the power commander now. I think this would start now. So what I've done is I've disconnected the left two cylinders, the power commander wires that is, and I've hooked up the original wiring loom, and I just want to see if it'll even attempt to start on two cylinders. I feel like it should start, or it would if it had a fully charged battery. Yeah, 2 cylinders I think. The two right cylinders aren't firing. Gonna have to speak to the customer, see what he wants to do. I think the easiest solution would be to rip it all out. The downside is he won't have a quick shifter, but I don't really work with these sort of things, so maybe there's a programming error or something, so that could be it. Thanks for watching, see you on the next one.